Alrighty then, it's time for me to show off my super secret exclusive jungler YouTuber skin. Yay! Which one? Which is totally not real because I only learned that you could totally buy this chroma. So, context for that. Essentially, a few content creators got the message from Riot, hey, we're giving you guys a free Divinity Irelia skin and a chroma. And I thought to myself, wow, geez, Stonewall, you got an exclusive chroma. I played it, showed it off, was acting all high and mighty, and then well, I learned you could buy it. So, well, I'm dumb. But at least we got a Jungle Aurelia video out of it, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm fighting a Nidalee who is absolute ass cancer and is making my life hell and is also making Oriana's life hell. I should learn to play Nidalee, but I don't hit myself that much. Anyways, she's obviously keeping me at level 2 because she keeps trying to invade me or do something, so I just avoid her. I go to Kruggies, just farm up here. And I want you to pay attention to the levels that I'm at. I'm level 3 and she's level 3 too. Just sort of gauge what she's kind of doing, right? So, go home, buy some items, and Jungle Aurelia, when she was first reworked, was actually really damn strong. And then they nerfed her down, and they kept nerfing her down, and she stopped being as good as a jungler. She became more gold dependent. But of course, it's kind of good for the balance sake because she was really oppressive in lane. In the jungle, she seemed fine, not too strong, not too weak, but a little bit above average. But again, it's one of those situations where just because it's okay in one side doesn't mean it should be acceptable in the other one. But either way, what I wanted to point out by that level was that Italy spent a lot of time doing absolutely nothing. I don't know what she was doing, so she's actually below me in levels. Look, I'm super low health, and she decides to jump me and then proceeds to just kind of get destroyed. It was a complete surprise, by the way. I was like, holy shit, what's Nidalee doing here? And she was level 4, and I mashed everything, and I did enough damage, and then Oriana came in and helped me finish her off. It was just kind of perplexing, if I do so say so myself. Either way, the build I'm going for is just kind of the only build I remember from when she was, I was jungling her. It is the Tiamat build, Blood Razor Tiamat build. I was thinking probably Warrior is better now. Warrior Tiamat, Water Tiamat, Hydra, and then tankiness. But, I was just kind of winging it at this point. And speaking of doing stupid things like that in Italy, I'm here trying to kill her, because she's trying to get her Kruggy, or her Froggo. And at this point, I should back away because the enemy team are obviously going to collapse on us. But me and Teemo are too brave for that shit. And then we promptly get absolutely murdered. We almost take down the useless Nidalee, but it's not good enough. That's embarrassing, and I feel so ashamed of myself for doing that. But anyways, I actually have to commend Riot, even though it's like, what, 8 years late. They're finally doing the YouTuber kind of support thing because they need they need to get more interest back up into the game due to the declining numbers. But hey, it's a good way to make content that gets people excited for watching videos again, or having favorite YouTubers, because like a lot of YouTubers has been starting to feel the squeeze. I know I have, mostly because a lot of content either became samey or old, or just there was nothing really exciting to catch you. And at least, even though it seems kind of cheating having these exclusive skins and then codes you can give out, is would be its incentive for some people, or at least some incentive for some people who have never seen older school junglers, especially older school junglers who are YouTube and stream sometimes, and have been here since beta, and could really use more exposure. But anyways, that was a terrible ultimate by me. I should be totally ashamed of that. But whatever. This game is incredibly weird, in the sense that it seems like the enemy team picked all these champions that want to roam and get super aggressive and dunk, but they're going about it super confusingly and honestly pretty badly. And my team is composed of the most random, incoherent team. We got a Trap Master with Teemo who wants to make a slow crawl. We have an Ezreal who wants to poke people, and Oriana who wants to be actually useful for everybody. A Sona who will die. And me, Jungle Aurelia, who is basically a much, much weaker version of of Lane Aurelia. Blech. But yeah, it just sort of seems like the enemy team picked a composition for a certain objective, and they're not really trying to do that. I mean, the Kassadin kind of went there, and it was like, it was not going to work from the beginning, so she's not reading it correctly. But still, it's a mismatch. it's a very focused team, not doing what they wanted to do, versus a very chaotically assembled team that possibly can't really do very much without, the enemy team fumbling in. Anyways, this is the disappointing part here. Casson goes in, steps on some mushrooms, he gets locked a bit, gets chunked quite a bit, and then just make me never play Aurelion again. That was a terrible ultimate. I mean, he was way gone before that even got fired. So I don't know what I was doing, smoking some, smoking some smokes or something. I can't say anything. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that fight was absolutely terrible for both sides, as you saw that, everyone was doing their own little thing and just allowing their teammates to die. I mean, we could have easily defended our homie from Garen there, but we just sort of let him, destroy Demacian. But anyway, for what it's worth, I'm actually not doing too badly as Irelia. I will admit that 2 kills sort of just fell on my lap. So if realistically I wouldn't have, I would have probably been just kind of on pace with most of the team having a 1 kill. If those other 2 kills didn't come onto me, and my farm is acceptable. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's surprisingly better than Italy, who just seemingly isn't doing very much. But whatever. And now, as boring as it is, this is one of those situations where it's going to tip so heavily in my team's favor, mostly because of the lack of direction the enemy team has, despite the team comp, I mean. And since they did not get the ball rolling, and they are snowbally champions, they are all incredibly weaker than my team. Except in a situation where, I don't know, I just completely go brain dead and decide to get myself killed, and then get Sona killed. And then Ezreal just sort of kites everybody to death because, it's a blue Ezreal, and that thing is absolute pain in the ass, and it's frustrating to even look at. God damn. But what else kind of builds does Ezreal even have right now that are viable, right? AP? But, I digress. But yeah, my build is super simple. After replaying Jungle Irelia, if I were to re-rank it again in its current status, I would probably rank it really low, like below average now. It's just not fast anymore, and the damage, your early damage is extremely pitiful. So there's no point to really do it anymore. It's the important thing is that it's doable, and the ultimate is sexy, despite the fact that it was pretty nerfed down. But it's just jungle. It's not jungle friendly. It, again, doable, just not jungle friendly. You can definitely play it, although you will have to admit to yourself it is significantly weaker than a ton of choices you could have made. That said, the game's not truly over yet. Power farming, picking off stragglers, summoning Herald to help me, do some stuff. And, the good old things. It's just... as you saw the early game, the jungle Nidalee didn't really have very much impact, and despite her score not being the absolute worst, it did seem she kind of threw a lot of early game power by her weird shenanigans. Because now at this point, my team just scales way harder, and despite the fact that we don't really have a focus on the team composition, just overall our champions are that of higher quality, so we're just gonna win just by the nature of that. So hooray for Jungle Irelia, and utter sadness that I didn't actually get a super unique YouTuber skin or a chroma or anything. But hopefully in the future I will. Yay, thank you, Riot. And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos, because YouTube and stuff.